Happy Monday.
Buenos días.
Happy Monday.
So, Friday night, we had the GIST business presentations. Was it Thursday?
Thursday.
Okay. Thursday night, we had the GIST business presentation, and it occurred to me after it was all over that we kind of played out this spin on this debate between self-esteem and low expectations. Do you know that discussion that's been going on about, the whole self-esteem movement and how,
Everybody
kids got
gets
praised for, sneezing well, and so they figured that, anything they did was great, and so that somehow is dumbing them down and keeping them from expecting to, that they should operate at a higher level. So we had 3 gentlemen present their business plans, and we weren't able to fund any of them because none of them gave the right information that made the panelists feel like they were ready. It was a good investment. However, the panelists loved the guys, and they said, "We want to support you. Do this, and we'll support you." So 2 of the 3 went, "Okay, I get it," and 1 got upset that he got slapped down. You might guess who that is. Okay, and so it created an interesting dynamic, an interesting discussion. We took them out to dinner afterwards, and it played out there even further. And so it reminded me of this quote from Goethe. He says, "If you treat an individual as he is, he will remain how he is. But if you treat him as if he were what he ought to be and could be, he will become what he ought to be and could be." Indeed, there's a book that I'm reading right now called The Power and Purpose of the Teenage Brain. And the author is citing a study that showed when teachers were told that certain students had exceptional abilities, the students showed marked improvements in their test scores. But when teachers were informed that the same students had limited intelligence, they performed poorly. So the expectations, the higher expectations that the teachers had of the students actually had an impact on how the students performed. So if that would maybe make us think that if we praise poor performance, then that's the standard that we're accepting. The challenge for us, though, is we've got young people who come into our programs who've been given negative messages all their life. And so they've been shot down and shot down and shot down, and we don't want to be another one to shoot them down. So how do we kind of dance that dance of, building them up and at the same time not accepting low standards? And I think that so it's how do we help them believe that they're capable of higher? And I think it comes in the form of the third option. So when you have a dilemma, do I risk making the kid feel bad, or do I call them to a higher standard? You look for the third option. And the third option to me is just what we promote all the time here, which is you affirm their gifts. So in the case of the young man who got offended that his proposal was turned down at dinner, what we did is we talked to him about his gifts. So he's all like, they're trying to tell me this and that and the other thing, and all I wanted them to do was support me, and they didn't, blah, blah, blah. And I was sitting on the opposite side of the table, of course, you know, and so I had to kind of yell out over the dinner din. But it's like, wow, you are so amazing. And he's looking at me. I go, no, man. Do you understand the concept, your gift is also your curse? And he's looking at me, and I'm going, really? You have a gift of a strong, independent mind, and it's kept you alive. You live in a dangerous neighborhood, and it's kept you from following people down dangerous, bad roads. And in that moment, you could see he puffed up. He jumped in and started giving examples of how he had done that. So simply by affirming a gift in him, he forgot his offense, his being offended, and started helping. You know, of course, I had to say, well, we can go down that road, we can continue to go down that road, but do you want to hear about the curse? And he started laughing, and now he was in it. You know, and the curse is that sometimes you carry that so strongly and so stubbornly that you don't hear the good advice when it comes. That you don't open yourself up to the influence of people who can help you because you have this habit that has saved your life, you know. And so now's the time in your life to learn to discern between who to listen to and who not to. But it wasn't until his gift was affirmed that he was able to listen to the message. So it's something that we always have to keep in mind. But if you only talk about their gifts and you don't help them see those distinctions and hone the gift and look at the flip side of it, then it's like you're running for office, you know, and it's that low expectation, self-esteem movement thing again. But if you say, and it's got to be legitimate too. If it's not authentic, they're going to see right through it. But he knew that I pegged his gift because he wanted to add to it. He wanted to give me more evidence of that, you know. Then he was engaged. He wasn't defensive anymore, and we were able to go, okay, so now you heard the gift real well. Are you willing to listen to the curse?
Right.
And he's like, bring it on, you know. So it turned out to be pretty cool. And one of the implications on this with teenagers of all demographics is that our culture kind of sees natural teen behavior as aberrant because it scares us, you know. They have so many more neurons firing than adults, and they have so much more emotion and passion going that for some adults it makes us jealous that we're still not there. For others it just scares us because we don't know where it's going to go. And sometimes it goes to places that are very dangerous. So that fear isn't necessarily unfounded, you know. But in that same book, the author's name is Dan Siegel. It's called Brainstorm: The Power and Purpose of the Teenage Brain. He says this: adolescence is not a period of being crazy or immature. It is an essential time of emotional intensity, social engagement, and creativity. This is the essence of how we ought to be, of what we are capable of, and of what we need as individuals and as a human family. So we can take that, and if we can accept our young people the way they are, then maybe it'll be a lot easier for us to accept everybody, accept each other as the way we are. As he says, the human family.